All right, welcome again to Code It Live. We are not coding live today, but we have some amazing guests with us. So good morning if you're in Europe. We are live from Stockholm, Sweden, with a conference called Swetugg. And with me, I have somebody very special, my good friend, Dennie Declercq.
Yes.
Yes, Dennie, good morning. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for inviting me, Sam.
Yeah. So again, if you're watching this live, probably very early morning in the US and probably later in the afternoon or evening in Asia or other parts of the world. So thank you again for joining us. So, Dennie, we are in Swetugg. Have you been to Swetugg before?
No, I've been in Sweden, in Stockholm, but not at this Swetugg amazing conference.
Okay, and where do you live?
I live in Belgium.
Okay, which part of Belgium?
The Flemish-speaking part, Vlaanderen, the Flemish-speaking part.
Nice, nice.
Dutch, Flemish.
Very nice. So we have known Dennie from, he's a Microsoft MVP, so we have known him from the Microsoft
community
gatherings and the MVP Summit. But Dennie is speaking about something here at Swetugg, which I think is very important, and it's great that you're speaking about it and you have your own story to tell. So Dennie is speaking about autism in tech, which I think is something we should all learn more about. Physical health is obviously important, but mental health is equally important.
Indeed.
So tell us a little bit about what you speak on, your story, and how you got into this.
I'm going to speak about how I rolled into the tech world as a person with autism. And I believe for most people with autism, but especially for myself, I rolled into the tech world on a different way. I really believe than other tech people do and other MVPs do. So I start with telling why I'm rolled into the tech world. I make some jokes about JavaScript and Blazor and so on. Just teasing for people who want to see the talk. And then I give you some theory about autism because we are at a conference, at a developer conference, and developers want facts. They want knowledge and they want theory. And how can you learn a developer really new stuff if it's nothing have to do with development? Then you learn the most.
Right.
So I'm gonna give some theory about autism, not too much of course, because otherwise maybe it will boring because it's not techy enough. So I changed into autism and tech after 15-20 minutes. And then I really speak about some really tech concepts in combination as the view or thoughts as a person with autism.
Oh, so you actually tie in coming from like an autism background, you tie in things with tech and you see some patterns that you apply?
Yeah, this is fun.
That's amazing.
So even so, I started the talk with some autism patterns and then I translate them into how these patterns result into my tech life. And I think it's fun.
Okay, so for folks who may not know, tell us about autism because it's a wide spectrum of things.
Yeah,
so tell us about all the things we should know.
First of all, it's very strange and it's also coming, a lot of things that I say here when this Twitch screen is coming back in the talk, of course. And autism is something, and all over the world they give it another word or other abbreviations. So in Belgium we really have, I think, one of the best abbreviations is autism spectrum disorder, and they really use the word spectrum. And what they mean spectrum is that means there is a lot of differences between it. In Sweden, by example, just talk about Sweden because we are here in Sweden now, they use the term Asperger's. In some countries about the world, they still use autism. Some use autism spectrum and some combine it all together. But in fact, it's about autistic thinking and different ways of thinking. And how do you call it? It's just a name. What's in a name, you know?
Right.
It's all the same.
Yeah. So tell us about your story.
Okay. So I was 13 when I got my diagnosis autism, and I really had to go to school for teenagers with autism. Honestly, it wasn't the direction that I wanted to do. My first childhood dream to be as a professional was even not computers. I wanted to be an electronics engineer. So it's not that far away. But my first thoughts was I really want to work on the electronics, the circuits, the chips, the circuits, instead of the screen. But I changed to a computer and I didn't even learn for programmer. I learned to accountancy and secretary.
Interesting.
Not that.
Yeah, but I mean, this is one of the, I guess, good things about our industry. If you can think straight, if you can think logically,
Yeah,
you can learn.
do everything.
You can do everything here. So what made you get involved in the developer community?
So I started it. So when I was at the accountancy and secretary, we already had the good basic lessons on technology and software, not on development, but we really have very good use of the Office suite, very more than other directions or graduates in my region. So, and I was really passionate about the software thing. And when the most people in my class, Word was easy, Excel was a bit more difficult. Of course, Access was too difficult for most of the accountancy people. And for me, it started to get a bit funny. When I started to use Access, the fun started. And I had a friend called Mike, and he was a programmer at this time. I called it a programmer, not a developer. It was a programmer. And I was so jealous, and I asked some help from Mike, and I went to the library, borrowed some books, and started between my 15 and my 16 programming next to my school courses, who are boring, of course. And then I started programming, and I had a teacher, and he said, you don't have to learn beside of the school courses. It's difficult enough. So you better play games at night when your school tasks are finished. So I know I don't play games. I'm just going to learn myself to program. And then I already could program when I studied from school. I graduated. And then, unfortunately, we didn't have math in our direction. Very little of math. So my math knowledge was as bad. And they said, you really can't do high school, university, college for developer because you don't have the math background. I really want to be a programmer. So I started evening courses on evening, adult school,
nice.
I call it. But I knew everything but it was just to have a degree and some background. And I did more and more local conferences in Belgium and meetups, and more meeted people, technology people. And I really always loved the Microsoft technology. Very fanatic for Microsoft technology.
It shows
and more it happened.
In your shirt.
yeah.
No, and this is one of the good things, I guess, about our developer community. We all are learning from each other.
Yeah,
when we go to user groups, when we go to conferences like this, it's inspiring to see what other people are doing and how they're learning, and then we take that passion back and we learn the things that make us passionate about.
Can I come back on the topic?
Yes, absolutely.
I really had to make plan in my schedule today to do the recording with Sam, because I want to be active also online and that people can hear my autism story. But if I wasn't here in this room for the recordings, there was sessions. Each time there are sessions I really want to see. So I also want to learn a lot.
Absolutely. So tell us about maybe a little bit as to like what helps in the tech industry. Does autism and Asperger make you very focused on some things?
Yeah, but it has advantages, but it also has disadvantages.
So tell us an advantage and tell us a disadvantage.
The advantage, but which do you know what's strange about autism?
Tell us.
What people with autism find an advantage, some people without autism, like parents or co-workers or it doesn't matter, friends, food, and family, find it a disadvantage. So I go and say an advantage. I don't know if everyone finds it an advantage, honestly.
No, tell us.
So I really find it an advantage that I'm really fanatic, and if I want to get to a certain point, by example, there are very, very less of Microsoft MVPs without a paid job. A paid job was unfortunately not possible to me. It has something to do with stress and deadlines and so. So, and I was really going, I want to be an international speaker. I spoke at a lot of conferences, and then I really want to upward me until a Microsoft MVP, and really all the way. I find it an advantage, but some people don't find it an advantage, honestly. No.
Yeah. No, that's great. And tell us about some of your struggles. What do you find difficult?
So my main struggle, and that's the reason I don't have a paid job, and it is coping stress and the stress of deadlines. But deadlines also a strange word as a conference speaker, because people are thinking if you make a talk, you have deadlines. You need to be ready to deliver your talk.
Right.
But that's. If you speak maximum 9 times a year, it's a bit more, but that's 9 times a deadline. It's okay. you handle that, you learn that. But on some working industry, as a paid developer, there are each day, each year you have to work on deadlines, and 9 times a year in comparison to a daily pressure of delivering, it's a big difference. So I'm not that stress resistant. No.
And to be honest, like it's not just your struggle. It's true for everybody. We are in an industry where we want to be creative. We want to be writing clean code, but creativity under a deadline is stressful. It is stressful.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. All right. Well, Dennie has sessions to attend, and he's speaking later this afternoon, which I want to go to his talk.
Thank you.
So, Dennie, thank you for bringing awareness to something that we really need in the tech industry, because we talk about this all the time whenever we say diversity and inclusion. What it means is it's not just our race, religion, color. It's
and women
being
and men also
inclusive to everybody.
Yeah, indeed. Also people with disabilities like autism or other mental health or other disabilities who don't find the normal way to going to a normal paid job, and just the people who have by a disability or neurodiversity, or doesn't matter, have a reason that it doesn't go the way like most of the others. That's also diversity, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is very, very important. Like, we cannot stress this enough, because when we build applications, we are always thinking about users who are going to use it. We want to be inclusive to everybody, but also like it is incumbent upon every one of us in the tech industry to make our industry and the folks that we work with that as inclusive as possible, so everybody is welcome to come and join us as developers.
Of course.
Okay. Well, Dennie, thank you so much again.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your time. Hopefully you have a wonderful time.
I appreciate the opportunity to be on Twitch, honestly.
All right, great. Thank you very much. And folks, we will see you next time on Code It Live. Bye.